Man, well, the atmosphere is unbelievable, and that's the reason why I go, and that's the reason why I went. It just so happened that Evo was the first event that I went to. So but the atmosphere is the reason why I kept going back, and it's the reason why I got into this. I spent the past 2 weeks because he never touched Tekken at all, so I spent the past 2 weeks showing him like the mechanics of like how the Tekken roster worked, just so he could get an idea of how to play against them. God, I hate to use this, but like any stereotypes against the Smash community, I've kind of like seen firsthand, unfortunately. But it's all the more reason to find if you find good people, you hang on to them, and make it a point to keep them around. You see my shirt, and he's like, "Oh, you into fighting games?" Like, yeah, this place Clarkson's Core runs weeklies or tournaments or whatever the hell he told me, right? So then I'm like, all right, cool, something to check out. Get ready, we head over, and the tournament was a disaster. It wasn't doubles, it boiled down to singles, and if you remember those monitors, man, if you swim underwater with those monitors.
Who would win between the Game Shark and the Game Genie? That's something me and my brother always asked ourselves. I mean, at one point you do have a shark. The other guy, he's a red genie.
It's like I always kind of had like an itch for writing. It's weird because I struggled in English through school. It was odd. I used to get writer's block, but I guess that's the sign of being a writer. But 15, so it was just before like that esports swoop in to the FGC, try to pump the big bucks and the quote unquote big bucks in at the time. But I know that I'm a writer because I get into a certain zone that I don't get into anywhere else. Very rarely I do in like fighting games basically. But again, it's just passion, but it's a different type of drive. As much as I proclaim to be a Dragon Ball fan, I haven't seen much of Super either.
I know they got blue hair now. I don't know what that means, but maybe I'll get to it one time.
I got you when we get off here. Afro gave me free reign. I'm like, all right, let's go. My first article, I still remember. Marvel is capitalized, not dead. But I had no idea like there was like a basically an underground scene of like of names and players and just like a scene, a legit community. The thought never occurred. Ironically, is because of the FGC I've been a lot more outgoing, so this is why I stuck around, because I feel like this is good for me as a person. I noticed that when I go out to these events, I myself am more outgoing. I come from a long line of coaches. My father being a coach, my grandfather being a coach, my uncle being a coach, youth baseball and basketball,
organized sports.
Yes, so
which
he
is
knows
another story.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. But the point is, he knows competition. It's always kind of, those games have always been played, but I think I forget which year, maybe like 2017 around there. They finally like branded it. If another tournament had that draw, people will still come out in droves and whatnot. It's just that's the allure of it, and that's the reason why the competition is so high. If you were to ask me, what you are, it's I think it's a person by person thing, because some people do feel a certain type of way because they get no stream time. They love the game and they hate that they maybe inferior modern game or something like that in their eyes get more screen time, and it's just like damn, I get no. Father came down, he finished breakfast, he came in late, so it's like it's losers finals just ended up where he just got in for grand finals. So I literally leaned into him like, listen, this game I don't really know much about, so you just gotta sit here and watch it, man. He's just like, all right, sure. I never use this word. It's electric. It's literally electric. It's just electric. It's awesome in every sense of the word. Not so much anymore, man.
Oh, did they cut down on that a little bit?
Esports.
What's that?
Sorry. Whatever. It's just like that's the magic of FGC, you know, and you've seen that. You see that at these big events, you know. You definitely asked the wrong question, my man. To answer your question, F-Champ, but then that's all.